And well, will we see Bono again on pole, or will it be Morgan Morant? It's a tough call.
Certainly is. It's actually just had Ivar Calamies on the server who's talking about, said the poll was right. Yeah. So obviously even the drivers are paying attention to these new viewer polls. So maybe it just gave him the extra few tenths he needed, the backing from our viewers, Chris.
Indeed, and also I would like to point out that Alvaro Torres from Eventa Sim Racing managed himself a spot into the Q2. I believe it's his first WC race, and if it is, it's certainly a nice performance already in the qualify for him. Obviously, he's shown himself on the front line in the Pro Series, and he manages to hang on to the pace in WC.
Yeah, it certainly does. And as you say, I remember my first World Championship race. I have competed in some, believe it or not. And I remember the first race that I did in World Championship. I qualified about 21st and then stalled on the grid. So it's going infinitely better for Alvaro Torres so far this afternoon. And we know that he's a very talented driver. We've seen that in the Ace Series. He, of course, teammate to Carlos Martin in the Ace Series and standing in here for Eventa Sim Racing this weekend. Eventa Sim Racing are in an unfortunate position at the moment, the Bulgarian team, in that they only have one permanent driver. We've seen 3 different drivers in the second car. Obviously, Dianka Stadanov there permanently. But Alvaro Torres this weekend, we've also seen Alexei Usiakala in that car as well, you may remember, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And before that, I can't remember who was in it in the first race, actually. I think it might have been Carlos.
I believe it was the French guy Samuel Libert. I'm not sure though, but indeed a lot of driver swaps for him. But at least he keeps his his drivers that are participating race by race on a high level, and yeah, let's see how it continues. Alvaro Torres now is obviously the first to go into this lap. As we are on board with him, he just passed the first corner going into the first sector. What will he do in this first sector? 25.7. What do you think we will see the top guys do? 25.4, 25.3 first sector?
Yeah, I think it's going to be somewhere around that, isn't it? We've certainly seen that in practice, so we would expect to see time certainly in the low 25s. I'm pretty sure that this lap by Torres will not be pole position. I think that's fair. I'm not trying to influence the viewer poll, by the way, but I don't think that Alvaro himself would expect to be getting pole position in his first race.
Would be a big disrespect to Morgan Morant and Bono to just come into WC and clinch pole. But nevertheless, he has the same chance as everyone else. And as he moves himself onto the back straight into the third sector of the circuit, let's see what his top speed is. Going there across the 320 mark, 325.6 he nudges. That's a nice top speed, and also gets a good apex there on the second last corner. Manages himself to get a good exit out of the last corner and brings him on a 36.880. So definitely a nice time. Only 8 tenths of the Q1 best time, considering you have the rod size.